Today we are going to discuss one of the very interesting concept in Fourier transform, that is convolution. So why it is very interesting and why it is so important, we have to see. So convolution is very important from the exam point of view, GATE, NET or any other competitive exam or any application problem, real life application problem. This is more often came. Okay. So convolution is very important. So first we will see the definition of convolution. Then if we have convolution, what will be the Fourier transform of that convolution, that we are going to see. So we will see the proof of that, and that is called convolution theorem. So one by one we will go. So be on this lecture so that your concept will be clear. Once your concept will be clear, then you are very much sure that how to apply this formula in your problems or in your real life problem or whatever problem, exam problems you get. So first start with the definition. So definition says that if we have two functions, so if we have f of x and g of x be two function, okay, then what will be the convolution between f of x and g of x? So convolution is this f star g. Okay, so let f of x and g of x be two functions, then the convolution f star g of functions f of x and g of x is defined by h of x. Means if you take the convolution of f and g, that will be another function which is h of x, and that is defined as integration from minus infinity to infinity f of p g of x minus p dp. So here you see there will be one function which is f of p, another function g of x minus p. So this also we can write integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x minus p into g of p dp. So no problem, if we interchange also same thing will come. So you can take depending on your problem or your choice. So this is the definition for convolution. Now if we have these two type of functions, where means for f of x we have a Fourier transform, for g of x we have Fourier transform, then their convolution is this f star g. So what will be the Fourier transform of this f star g? So that you have to see. So statement says that let f of x and g of x be two piecewise bounded absolutely integrable function. This means what? If the function is piecewise bounded and absolutely integrable functions on x-axis, then their Fourier transform exists. Okay, so we have to take those functions whose Fourier transform exists. Okay, then their convolution. Okay, so that is the condition. If we have those functions and their convolution, so its Fourier transform will be square root of 2 pi into Fourier transform of f into Fourier transform of g. Now we are going to see how this formula came. So we will see the proof part. So how to do? First we have to see what is Fourier transformation of convolution of f of x and g of x. Okay, so this we have to see. So how to do this one? We have to apply the formula or the definition of Fourier transform. So this is equal to what? 1 by square root of 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, then f convolution g into e to the power minus I w what? X dx. This is the formula for Fourier transform. Now this we have to solve. Now again if we replace this convolution formula, then what will happen? 1 by square root of 2 pi, then whole into minus infinity to infinity. For f star g is what? This one, this integral. So this we will write again minus infinity to infinity f of p g of x minus p dp into this one e to the power minus iwx dx. This. Now what we will do? We know that if we have double integral, then we can interchange the differential. So how we will interchange that we have to write. So 1 by square root of 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, again integration from minus infinity to infinity, f of p g of x minus p e to the power minus iwx dx dp. Clear? Now simple thing we have to do, that is we have to integrate this integral or double integral. So what to do? Can we do directly? No, because here in g, what is the variable? Variable is x minus p, okay, and we have differential dx dp, so we cannot do directly. So for that what we will do? We will use the substitution method. So what is substitution method? So we will take, let this q equal to x minus p. If q equal to x minus p, that means dq equal to dx. Fine, okay, and again x also we can replace it as p plus q. Clear? Now we have to see that when x tends to infinity, what will be q? Definitely q tends to infinity. X tends to minus infinity, q tends to minus infinity. Now we will use this information and will replace here in this integral. So what will happen, that we have to see. Now it will be 1 by square root of 2 pi whole into this minus infinity to infinity for p, minus infinity to infinity for q, that we have just find out. Then f of p g of what? In place of x minus p, it will be g of q into e to the power minus iw. In place of x, what we will write? P plus q, okay. Then dq dp. Clear? Now what we will do? We will see how to solve this inside one. So we will rearrange these things, okay. So how to do these things? Write down square root of 1 by square root of 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, integration minus infinity to infinity, f of p g of q, then e to the power, this one is minus iwp into e to the power minus iwq dp, sorry, dq dp. Now we know there is a property that if we have double integral, then we can write that double integral into what? Product of two integrals, okay. So how to do that? So if I take only p1, okay, so f of p and here e to the power minus ip. So if I write that, it will be what? We'll see. So 1 by square root of 2 pi, then inside it will be minus infinity to infinity f of p e to the power minus iwp dp, okay. So this one. Next what? We can write, if we take q variables, then we will get integration from minus infinity to infinity g of q e to the power minus iwq dq. So this one. Now if you see that this integral and this integral means these two factors, it will give you some idea of Fourier transform of f and Fourier transform of g, okay. If I multiply with 1 by square root of 2 pi, so how I will do? So this 1 by square root of 2 pi, okay. Now into square root of 2 pi into 1 by square root of 2 pi. We can write this integration minus infinity to infinity f of p e to the power minus iwp dp. So this we will put in a bracket. Then similarly again we will write this one. Now we will see this factor is Fourier transform of f. This factor is Fourier transform of g. So we will replace and we will write that. So now the factor 1 by square root of 2 pi will remain same. Then inside bracket it will be square root of 2 pi into Fourier transform of f, okay, this into square root of 2 pi Fourier transform of g, okay. Now this square root of 2 pi and the first square root of 2 pi will cancel out, and finally what will happen? We will get square root of 2 pi into Fourier transform of f into Fourier transform of g. So which is our RHS, and hence the formula